interesting lesson in mathematics. Today we'll talk about geometry and measurement. To be specific, we'll talk about measurement of time. So by the end of today's lesson, you should be able to tell the time by half past. Okay, so let's move on to our keywords, which will help us to understand the lesson. Our first keyword is time. Time. It is the period when something occurs. It's the period when something occurs. So the time you take when eating, that period, we term it as time. The period you do something is the time you are doing that specific thing. Our next keyword is analog. Analog. It refers to using of signals. Using of signals. For example, we talked about the clock. We saw the hands on the face of the clock. Those hands are the signals. So the hands telling us the time makes us know that the clock is an analog clock because it has hands which tells us the time. And then our last keyword is clockwise. Clockwise. It is the typical forward movement of the hands of a clock. So moving in the forward direction, we term it as clockwise. And this can be found on the face of the clock when the hands are moving in the forward direction. Then we can say that the hands are moving in a clockwise direction. Very good. Children, in our previous lesson, what did we learn? Right, we talked about measurement of time. We got to know the units in telling time. And these units are the hands on the clock, the analog clock. We have the hour hand, the minute hand, and then the second hand. When the second hand makes a complete journey from 12 back to 12, it gives us 60 seconds. It gives us 60 seconds. And then we got to know also that when the minute hand also makes a journey from 12 and back to 12 again, it gives us 60 minutes, which means that the interval between the numbers are 5 each. So from 12 to 1, we have 5 minutes. And then 1 to 2, we have another 5 minutes. So from 12 back to 12 again, we have 60 minutes. And then the hour hand. And then with the hour hand, when it moves from one number to the other, it gives us an hour or 1 hour. So if our long hand is on 12 and then our short hand is on 2, the long hand, which is the minute hand, should complete its journey from 12 back to 12 for the hour hand to move from 1 to 2. So it is the minute hand that determines the hour. The minute hand needs to complete its journey before the hour hand will move from one number to the other. So in this case, the second hand completes its journey from 12 back to 12 for the minute hand to move, and then the minute hand will also move from 12 back to 12 for the hour hand to also move. This is how we tell the time. Very good. So today we'll move on to how we will tell the time by half past. I have my analog clock here with me, so we can see the hands, the second hand, the minute hand, and then the hour hand. Now tell me what says the time. Pay attention to the hands. Where can we locate the minute hand, and where is the hour hand? The minute hand is some minutes past the number 10, and then the hour hand is in between 9 and 10. But we said that each interval, when it comes to the minute, each interval between the numbers are 5 each. So from 12 to 1 we have 5 minutes. 1 to 2, 5 minutes, making 10. So another 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It is not yet on 11, so we have to count our small strokes. So we have 51, 52, 53. So the minute hand is on 53. Now the hour hand, it's not on 9, it's not on 10. It is in between 9 and 10. But when the hour hand moves past a certain number, it is still in that hour. That is, we have 9. So the hour hand is still with 9. It is not yet 10. So we can simply say that the time is 9:53. Are we okay? Right. So we have our current time as 9:53. Good. Clap for yourselves. Okay, children. Let us look at this analog clock. The time is 1 o'clock right now. In our previous lesson or earlier, we said that the minute hand needs to complete a journey, which is from 12 and then back to 12 to give us 60 minutes. So today we are looking at half of the clock. So from 12 to 6 gives us one part of the clock, and then from 6 back to 12 gives us another part. So we can say that the clock is divided into 2 parts. That is from 12 to 6, and then from 6 to 12. How many minutes will give us one part of the clock? And then how many minutes for the other. Remember, we have divided our clock into two parts. So from 12 to 6, how many minutes do we have? And from 6 to 12, how many minutes? When the minute hand moves from 12 and back to 12, it gives us 60. So half of 60 will be what? Very good, 30. So from 12 to 1, we have 5 minutes. So 1 is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then 30 minutes. So we are right. Therefore, we can say that one part of the clock gives us 30 minutes. So 30 here, another 30 here. Now, children, I will move the minute hand from 12 to 6 slowly in a clockwise direction, in a forward direction. We have moved from 12 to 6. So we have 30 minutes. The hour hand is still on 1 because it is not past 2. So what says the time? Look at the hour hand. 1. And then our minute hand is on 6, which gives us 30 minutes. So the time is what? 1:30. This phase of the clock, or this part of the clock, is termed as past. They are minutes past the hour. And how many minutes did we make? 30 minutes. Therefore, we have made half an hour, which is 30 minutes past, which means that we have another 30 minutes to complete the full minute for the hour hand to move to 12. So we can also say that we have another half or 30 minutes to 12. Okay, children, so our minute hand is on 12 and our hand is on 2. We'll make a clockwise movement of the minute hand. So from 12, when the minute hand moves to 1, we said that it has made a 5 minutes 10. So another 5 minutes, we have 10 minutes. Another 5 minutes to make 15 minutes. So we've made half, or we've completed half of our journey, of our minute hand journey. So in this case, we can say that it is half past 2, which means that we have another 30 minutes for the hour hand to move to 3. Are we okay? So we have 12 to 6, which gave us 30 minutes, and then another 30 minutes for the minute hand to be on 12, and then the hour hand will move to the next number. Okay, children. So today, what have we learned? We were able to tell the time by half past. So when the minute hand moves from 12 to 6, we can say that we have turned or made 30 minutes out from the 60 minutes, which tells us that we have made 30 minutes past the hour, which is half past. Now in your jotters, draw clock faces to show the following times. So you draw a clock with the hands to show the following time. So our first time is 6:30. 6:30. You draw a clock. Where would the hour hand be, and where would the minute hand be? The second one is 3:30. 3:30. And then we have 2:30. 2:30. The next one is 9:30. 9:30. And then last one, 2:30. 2:30. Okay, children. Make sure you complete this assignment. I'll come your way again for another interesting lesson. Be safe and bye.